This is Lexicon, and we are continuing this game. It will actually start a little bit before where we ended because I forgot to save, uh, which happens, especially late at night. So here we are in year 10. Maybe I had saved. Maybe it had saved quite recently. In any case, might as well do one of these. And that. Another dormitory. So we are close to finishing this one, and then we will head to the swamp. The swamp is interesting because it's obviously an unhealthy place for students. So we will want to have as much medical facilities as possible. But it is otherwise a very good one. The quest has you increase your relationships with all of the local things, which is something that I like to do anyway. No place to put that. So the quest fits in nicely with the way I would want to play the game anyway. One of the other options would be to try to befriend some pirates, but that uses up a lot of money. And and I would rather use the money for my own university. We're activating the guinea pigs at a tremendous rate, which is good. I could be pushing back the progress of the Lord of Evil, but I've decided not to. Look, that bedroom up there that I just put in is immediately filled. And this level will soon be complete. Blue circle unicorn is glory or unicorn alcohol cheese. Circle alcohol cheese. Well, until we get some cheese, I don't see anything that I would want to build. So we will conclude this level quite peacefully. Usually at this point I do not take in new students because we are too close to the end for them to be useful. You can always improve the efficiency of existing rooms. Normally I would check that they're actually being used this close to the end, but it doesn't matter too much. Another stained glass window for the greenhouse. Do not expect to get a midwife, but that is one of the ones that I would very much like to get. Circle alcohol cheese. At this point there's no need to increase prestige. Let's just clean up the school with a cleaning potion. That will increase efficiency. And now we are very close to the end. I probably could have accepted the students in the previous class. In fact, if I get a chance to set back the timer, we could hit an end of year before we end the level. Yes, we'll get to do that. So if we, yes, we are allies. Well, that will significantly increase the amount of time we have on this level. What is Unicorn Circle Alcohol Destruction Potion? Green Alcohol Circle. With 3 of those druid headgear things, any student only needs to be level 1 in druidism to get it, which means it is much more likely to be handed out. And because that mostly eliminates the need for sleep, well, that's really good. A lot of our students have the Arcane Crystal Staff and are learning much faster already. That is fantastic. Archmage. That is the sort of graduate we want. Second Archmage. Pyrotechnus. Also, you notice we are graduating some old ones who will further set back the timer. All of which is good. And now that we have processed the event in which we pay the Adventurers Guild, we no longer need to save up money for it, so we can spend our gold. And we might as well get some glory since the level is lasting a bit longer than I expected. It would be wonderful to get some more archmages. Wonder if we can complete an entire year before the level ends. The timer up here moves a little faster as time progresses. We can slow it down a bit if we get the Lord of Evil to 75, but the Lord of Evil is currently at 4, so that is extremely unlikely. Now, these beds, by the way, are teaching Druidism. Even though we don't have a Druid classroom, we have the nature classroom and these beds, so some of our students are getting Druidism, and so some of them will get the Druid headgear. That means they don't have to sleep, which is quite nice. I will continue to improve classrooms until about level 10. We always argue with the referee so that the match is cancelled. Werewolves reduces misbehavior and are immune to aberrations. Interesting. Hunger grows slower. Certainly useful. With the Crypt 2, we will put up a mausoleum And the students might gain the Shadow Disciple trait. We would like to put another bedroom up there. Dormitory. We are shamelessly knocking back time in order to extend this level, and there is the additional dormitory. The point of the dormitory is that students don't go home. Obviously, some of them are still going home. We have how many students? We have 91 students. We have about 20, 30 beds. So obviously some of them have to go home. Get a unicorn up here. Unicorn horn, but we can do a cleaning potion. Cleans all the walls and makes rooms cleaner. Now, I'm not 100% certain what that does, but if it makes every room in the school more efficient, it is extremely powerful and extremely useful. If, on the other hand, it only really removes graffiti and the game allows you to play the card even if you have no graffiti, in that case it would be possible to waste it. Now, with only one wolf's tooth, students move faster if they have both beast magic and herbalism, but with two wolf's teeth, they only need one or the other. Always, why not just for, no, I was gonna put the trophy case in the trophy room, but it's not that useful, so I'm not going to do that. I want to save something like these documents. New classrooms. We are at summer. If we get to winter, we have lasted another year. I like enchantment magic for our students. Shadow room. Where is the shadow room? Oh, it's up there. We will, so something like herbalism in this. So all these students will now be learning herbalism. That would have been very useful when we were preparing for dungeons, but it is still potentially useful even now. Our alchemists can craft what you need. We are at 100 and pretty much everything except the Lord of Evil's up to 8. Well, that still not going to get to 75 by the time this level is over, but it is improving nicely. Blue unicorn alcohol would be alchemy. Do not need additional alchemy magic. So the knighting obstacle course makes students more likely to become athletes, and the nightingale floor makes them learn faster. All right, we will set the clock back once more. And now we have hit year 12, which is very good. I wanted to keep playing this level because we have that student modifier here, because we completed the Dragon Quest. Students learn 40% faster, and then if they have the staff, they can learn an additional 25% faster. So students learn extremely quickly on this level. Interesting, I never put a refectory up there, so students will still tend to filter down here. That's nice because we have the general classrooms mostly down here. And because I want And I like students attending the general classrooms because I want them to become archmages, and they become archmages if they have skills in a sufficient quantity of different disciplines. Well, at this point, we might as well do that. We got a prestige point. We can do this as well. Set the clock back a little bit. Ugh, I didn't mean to click that. I wanted the potion workshop. I didn't get the potion workshop. Archmage. Time Traveler is good. 2 Archmages. I think we're up to 8 Archmages. Enchanter is very good. Don't need that. I might as well take that. This is fantastic. So instead of just learning one specific magic class, this does all 3 arcane mana disciplines faster. So that is an especially good result. I don't need a blue dragon, but I might as well take it. Might as well put that there. Now we will let the timer run out as we purchase classrooms. As I said, we always argue with the referee until the match is canceled. I think that in some cases some schools should do that too. Not because they're bad at sports, but because sometimes games just get too unpleasant and they should end. Lord of Evil at 13. We are not going to reach 75. What is unicorn alcohol cheese? Why not? And what is green unicorn alcohol? I don't remember. Oh, the void potion. We'll save that combination of alchemical ingredients in case a student is naughty and we need it. But meanwhile, we will increase the efficiency of the alchemy room, which a teacher's not active in at the moment, so that was a bit of a waste. Greenhouse, also no teacher at the moment. As you can see, we are approaching the end very, very quickly. We will definitely not admit students right now. I think we're up to 9 archmages, and so we will start to see a real difference in the rate. At 10 is very good. The rate at which we generate magic will be significantly different in the next level. Spirit Seminar, again, all light magic disciplines, so that's 3 different schools get a little faster. You're generating so many archmages. Wanted the enchanter there. Sigil Master, again, alchemy, the entire set of disciplines. You can see all of these percentages show the odds when we reroll of getting a particular fate. I am looking here for the ones that could become archmages. This is also good. It's very unusual. I try to get rid of the aggressive trait in the prison. The Master Confectioner was the trait I wanted there, but Beast Magic is good. Archmage. That was great. Infernal Summoner. Interesting. Also looking here, if there are no schools that give a permanent increase, then there's no point in re-rolling. That vampire count, who gives you 1 shadow mana each season, is one of the least useful, although it is temporarily useful at the start of every level. And since the start of every level is the hardest part, here we go. Master Confectioner, 3% chance of having the gourmet treat. They have to be an elf and a gourmet themselves, so these are quite rare. But gourmet means that they eat faster. It doesn't mean that they eat slower. I think if one actual gourmets, if you asked them, you would find that they eat slower rather than faster. But this is a French game, and the French know more about gourmets than I do, and I will defer to them. And now we come to the swamps, health and sanity. But we will get to befriend the zombies. Now, the runes can be useful. Necronomicon, if you have misbehaving students, that turns it into a benefit. But I like this one because I happen to know that the very final level is a very tall and narrow one. And so room efficiency improved by 1% per floor will improve every room. The anti-magic curse is pretty good. The fawning cart curse is awful. And the mediocrity curse, the extra floors are also terrible. So we will take this, which gives us a small benefit. And we immediately get a component supply, which is very, very useful. I will put the potion workshop down here. Sometimes I put it up there. Let's see, a house. I do not like these colors. B. So, ambitious, better futures, beautiful, or popular. Yeah, that's not great. So let's try another one. Lights, athletic, courageous. That's okay. That's also not great. Athletic and gourmet. That is magnificent. So all of our students will go into that school. Athletic makes them move faster. Gourmet makes them eat faster. Again, as I said before, oh, and of course, we will ask our admissions staff to make sure that we admit sane students. Oh, I admitted a bully. That was a mistake. Now, if we go back here, got a lot of archmages. We only have 1 sigil master. We have 2 plane shifters. So alchemy faster, arcane faster, spirit summoner, only 1 of them. Undead Slayer, 2. 12% faster. Dojos. Oh, we only have 1 confectioner. I don't think we have a barbarian. 6 arcane magic when you draw a nature card. That's good. Again, something like this, 5 shadow mana each season. You'll see a small immediate benefit from it, but it's not a significant one. We are now up to 355 plus 270, 555, 625 gold every time we interact with the king, which is nice, but I was looking for the Archmage. We do have one midwife. That's not going to have a tremendous effect. Magic teachers, 53% chance of being a better educator. That's very good. Okay, 17 archmages. So now we are getting 17% more magic. We also would like to have one or two more thaumaturges. Let me look at the reference. Let's see. Thaumaturges require 15. Oh, thaumaturges have to be jacks of all trades, whereas archmages. Oh, archmages need 4 types of magic at level 4 or higher. So I was wrong about that. We will take this. That's not what I wanted. We will have an alchemy room. I never take the clumsy ones. Increase the efficiency of the alchemy room, private apartments, and a shadow room. And let's go. Now I definitely want to get more schools of magic. Did not want that. Want to get more of our colors going. At this point we only have blue and red. I also want to generate a teacher's lounge. But it looks like we will manage to hit 200. Advanced room. I will take the enchantment workshop right there, which is where I like to put it. And it is still Halloween season. I will take that. Punctual moves faster is good. Private bedroom up there next to the enchantment room. A psychologist to help with the sanity. Again, we're taking the punctual one. We always like the healers, and we always hope to get the bed, but particularly in a level like this where students are losing health, the bed is very helpful. All of these are good cards, but I really want the observatory. The shadow weaving spider. We can put here. It generates a small amount of whatever resource we have least of. Alright, we will make friends with the peasants. We do that every time because at 25 it lowers teacher salaries, and teacher salaries are more expensive for us than building maintenance. I let in another bully by accident. I did get the teacher's lounge. Wonderful. So now our teachers are set. Our students are set. We would like a infirmary, but we have a psychologist on staff. This early getting these extra students is extremely helpful. We are now up to 28 students already, generating blue magic here, generating food in the lunchroom. I mean gold, sorry, gold in the lunchroom. not 100% certain what they generate here. I guess they do generate blue magic. The spellbook can go here in the general lunchroom. Okay, green circle unicorn. This is a great way to open additional classrooms, but not the destruction potion. And there's the infirmary, but I want it here. So I'm going to purchase a classroom. Oops, nope. You're there. Purchase a classroom that we don't have. And that teacher had the researcher trait, so she will generate arcane magic even if there isn't a student learning arcane magic. But there probably will be. This is a small, narrow spot. There's no additional building space. Nature room. Very much wanted that. See, we can't build anything over there. So we have to be careful about what classrooms we build. Ooh, definitely want one of those. So again, fulfilling the students' needs as quickly as possible. Throw a party. Why not? Our bedrooms down there are being used. I would like to have beds, special beds up here. Don't have that yet. Rune Master. Let's take a look at the reference. Rune Master increases the rune learning rate by 1, but requires learning rune of 4. Dragon Slayer. Retribution 4 and Beast Magic 4. That's hard. So we will take the Rune Master and we will set up a blue curriculum. And that will be Alchemy Apprentice and Light Sleeper, and it'll be Alch Plus. And I will put all the 5-year students into the curriculum, and that is fantastic. I will put that here in the bedroom. Do like the statuette, but I also like the Assassin School. Another spell book, put that in the arcane room. Students will start. Okay, let's see what happens. Green, unicorn, and a wild card. That's good. That is very good. Put that in the observatory. I will save the criticality prism for a rune classroom. Stable. Do need a stable. We need a stable because the stable has room for animals, and otherwise we won't have a place to place them. A second teacher's lounge up here, and a second refectory up there. Hope to get a dormitory over here. What is green circle unicorn? Right, destruction, no viewed. Just alchemy. So we have an alchemy curriculum and an alchemy quest. That is some very nice synergy. Rune scriptorium. We are going to put this here. Usually I would put it down there. Teacher is very important. Demanding we pay them more, but that occupies a negative trait slot. So for a teacher this important, it is very much worth getting a demanding or greedy teacher. And they will have the criticality prism, and therefore they will teach students faster. Fairy Dragon can be useful, but I'm going to put the we are always happy to give tribute to the orcs. Inquisition is rising fast, I think because each time we put down an artifact, we get Inquisition reputation. That's right, I said I wanted to put beds in here. I want a dormitory there, a retribution school there. Ooh, greenhouse. I'm not sure where I'm going to put the greenhouse. And another rune stone. Why not put it there? Of course, our alchemist can lend the peasants a hand. That means the peasants and the Inquisition are already above 30. This quest is to get everybody above 30. Put the prison here. That directs our students over there. If we get another bedroom, we'll put it here. We might put a, not sure what else we'll put there. Maybe a janitorial room. We'll put the peasant's banner here. Some nice plate and silverware for the kitchen, private apartments. Put that there. Teachers have everything they can ask for. Janitor. We'll put the janitor here. Corporate Sano will stay on the job longer. Purple Dragon next to the arcane room. We will improve the alchemy room. And another bed for the two-person bedroom. This is going extremely well. We don't sacrifice that much when we put students in the curriculum because they are still permitted to attend all classes. If I have a bedroom there and a library here, that will work. We're already doing well with the Inquisition, so we might as well try these shoulder pads. They are unlikely to get awarded anytime soon. I always like to think that the students, when they're in jail, can use the window to another world to learn things. Sometimes I give them the, another dormitory, fantastic. Sometimes I give them the blueprints instead so that they can learn stuff that way. Always increase the rune efficiency. Where is our rune? Good, our rune teacher is back at work. Adventurers Guild. And a guardian. So, as I said, this teacher will have extreme planned a lesson, guardian, and the criticality prism. So students that come in there will learn extremely fast. We may at some point need another rune room, but hopefully not. That is good in case the orcs ask for food. We now have a waffle maker. You are mediocre, you will become excellent. I want to get 2 levels up here and then build the greenhouse over there. Generating a lot of alchemy magic. You're actually not generating as much relationship with the Lord of Evil as we might want. Eventually we will of course fight him, but until then we want to be on his good side. He's lying to us, we can lie to him. That's just how this sort of thing works. What would green unicorn alcohol have been? Oh, the void potion. Don't need that. Parkafet, which I usually put in the observatory, will now be in the infirmary. The time magic jewelry will help us a lot in the dungeon. We are expecting 2 dungeon trips this time. What is unicorn circle alcohol? Oh, it's down here. Well, we might as well do that again. Let's see what the sneaky merchants will give us. This light room is becoming important because it has both a rune and an enchantment learning spot. Blue-green unicorn, why not? The blue dragon is very good. Put it here, it would be close to there. If we had put it there, it would have been close to these other blue rooms. But the rune room is the most important room. Also, I could take another dormitory there and then a stadium there. We are getting a lot of money from those futures. And we are not getting much of what we wanted. Let's see where I can put that totem. Put it here. Phoenix up there. Sign of the Eldest. Further upgrade the room scriptorium. Another bed that generates money. Further upgrade the light room. Upgrade the nature room. There's a slight possibility that students might get enough sacred magic and herbalism to become midwives, but it's not likely. If you have a rune scriptorium, you can always get 15 with the king by putting it to the king's use. Put another dormitory up there, that's great. Then one more classroom, and then we'll put the greenhouse out there. But I also like improving the teacher's lounges. You see this one is occupied, that one is not. Unicorn, green, blue, more alchemy magic. Runic spear, very good, combines very well with all the rune magic we're generating. So we'll put the down-to-earth students who don't learn arcane magic fast, we can give them the alchemy specialization. Normally I would not put 7-year students in the curriculum. I will eventually want to have a second infirmary, but I don't feel I need it yet. Always take more students. And no bully. Elementalist dojo. Alright, we will do that there. So, a slow hypochondriac heavy sleeper who might not be in the classroom as often, or one who will be there more often. We'll take that one, put the greenhouse up here. Wonderful. The inspiring trait that occurs only in young women gives students a chance of losing a negative trait. It was originally, the woman was distracting, and that was misogynist, and they changed it at my request on the GitHub. So that worked out nicely. I do want this enchantment to be a little bit more efficient. Of course, as I do it, they go out. The students leave. Let's see. Runes 5, runes 3, runes 4, runes 5. Yeah, that's good. We are doing well. We will be able to fulfill the curriculum requirements without relying on the rune room. Heroes never die. So this quest, we still haven't gotten anywhere with the Lord of Evil, but everything else is coming along fine. We would need more shadow magic to gain reputation with the Lord of Evil. This clock, which prevents sudden rises in student needs because they plan their day. This is a generally useful item. So as I was saying, we would like to generate more shadow magic. A green bed, that's good. This is what I was going to put down here. So this will send students that way. They won't be allowed to go up. And I will put some sort of implement there that will make them less likely to misbehave. Never take the clumsy, so we'll take the commanding one, punctual and athletic. So let's see. So moves faster and moves faster. That teacher will get to that classroom very quickly. Alchemy apprentice. You can go in the curriculum. Blue circle unicorn, more prestige. We do want to increase our prestige as fast as possible in order to get as many additional students as possible. And we have already completed the alchemy objective in year 3, which is quite impressive. I wonder whether we will graduate any rune masters. Chemical shoulder pads. Yeah, the time room is useful. Leaving a hole here for the stadium. Could go there. We'll see. Royal Grant. Put that there. Keep improving the greenhouse. Well, that was anticlimactic. Keep improving the shadow room. Reputation with the Inquisition is at 100. That really is great. Generate other types of magic while learning arcane magic. Students get some more health in the dungeon. Take some more arcana magic. Alchemy. Improve the library. We will add comic books to the library, which has a chance of losing the bibliophobia trait. Alright, I will put this here, and that means that the stadium will go there. It was good. One student misbehaved there, but the teacher was right on it. Huh, I would have liked to make that more efficient, but we can make all of those rooms more efficient with the ivy. We're now at level 2 room. Oh, there we go. Raven shoulder pads. Reputation with the Lord of Evil. Stained window goes in the greenhouse so that we can earn more midwives. And now we have to start using our guinea pig trips to improve the reputation with the Lord of Evil. We're up to 5 there. Cheese is good. Don't want to put it down there because I want the arcane staff, the best item in the game. I'm hoping to get another refectory up here. We could get offered the dungeon as early as this season or next, but we probably won't go to it until year 5. Keep talking to the Lord of Evil. Don't have a coffin. Inquisition. Yes, we'll do that. Oh, we don't really need the Inquisition banner because we're already 100 with the Inquisition. Another janitor. And the blueprints, which I like. Did I have a second refectory? Yes. Students will get smarter in the refectory. There's a pumpkin-headed student. Pumpkin learns half as fast but has no hunger. Can be cured in the infirmary, which it will be. Green circle. Alcohol. Stable. There we go. Not yet, but I will spare no expense in providing a stadium. We can take care of the sewers. And a bunch of new students. That's perfect. We can put the trophy room here. Hope to put a dormitory there or a refectory. And the objects in here will affect a large quantity of our students. All right, I'm going to give in and put the cheese out there. I cannot put the money in myself. Ah, yes. What would an adventurer's party look like right now? Not getting as much green as I would like, but that is fantastic. And you are in, well, it doesn't say. I've got, yeah, so that's a good one. We've got 2 candidates for the fire mage here, and then some good 3 and 4 level enchantment mages for the other spots, but we will wait 1 year. Evil banner, perfect. Bright staff refectory. Clan banner, always useful. But we have, oh, not quite. And we can use the void potion because that is happening. And now it isn't happening. And here we go, another dormitory. At this point, I might actually put another rune classroom up there. Guard. 1 rune master already. 2, 3. Very good. So I've got 3 of the 12 rune masters I need. I might instead put an infirmary here because we are worried about the effect of the swamp on our students. Well, that's useful. That was the last alchemical ingredient we did not have. A coffee machine will make the teachers happy. We haven't put anything in the trophy room yet, but we will. Unicorn circle cheese. I do not remember what that is. Filtered power. Might as well. Now the student in the guidance counselor's room will have a much better chance at brighter futures. found a bug in my bed, the student says. The students are snoring. I will invest and then argue with the referee until the match is cancelled. We want more herbalism magic in our fighter. We love to get elves, but not if they're bullies. Notice we are not getting shifty students because well behaved. I wish I could search this. It's a pretty big table. 40% chance of having the light sleeper trait. That's really good. Well behaved. So plus 2% chance of having the well behaved times 51 means our students have a 102% chance of being well behaved. So they certainly aren't going to be shifty. Blue circle unicorn, more prestige. We currently have 79 students. You know that we peak out at 90 or 100. This is a fantastic one to get in, to have in your school when you enter the dungeon. Hope to get the encounter where I will be able to explain why. Might as well put in another dormitory. Hope to have another refectory there, maybe another janitor's room there. School is working out. This school is working out very, very well. Got one stained glass window there. Would love to get two. Another green bed down here. Magical hat. Let's see if we can improve the teaching quality of our teachers. Component supply. I love to put this sort of thing in the trophy room because then students in all of these other rooms will start generating random alchemical components, and we just want to have a varied combination in order to generate the things that we want. Oh, well, I was going to put a janitor here, but a chamber would work as well. Student has misbehaved there. Up to 17.2. Up to 26. So we will already start making these rooms more efficient. More prestigious futures is good. So we can get a card. Reputation with the Adventurers Guild. Unicorn alcohol cheese. Blue alcohol cheese is money, which we are not short of at the moment. Oh, that is very good. And the repentant bed, the question is always, do you put it in the teacher's room or the student's room? You would obviously like to have the opportunity to do both. The repentant bed, which is a bed of nails, makes your students or teachers think about their past and lose some of their negative traits. It's a weird sense of humor, but I'm on board with it. More orc students, more regular students. And now we will go into the dungeon. Oops, wrong button. Local map. Dungeon. Well, we have a lot of runic staffs. We no longer, we have, let's see, that 3 -1 damage, increased health. Increased health. Alright, we'll put you in the front row. For the fire, that is really fantastic. So is that bottom corner, except that you won't heal. And then this one also won't heal. So we aren't healing the front line with our magic. But our front line does have quite a bit of power. And those are higher shield levels than we have yet seen in this entire voyage. I want the demonic chamber. The demons paralyze, so only 2 students get to attack, but we're in no danger because we have so many shields. And the time travel activated. It's only 1 level of time travel, but that was good enough. We need that mana. Again, very low attacks. So we are feeling very safe. The retribution activated. 2 retaliation. This is an amazing student. We will take the mana again, mostly because if we didn't, the danger meter would rise too quickly. We have a key. We'll get some money. Now you would think that that would be the most altruistic thing, but actually we might as well just grenade the wolves. Now the wolves do attack twice, but even being hit twice at 4 would not be bad. And look at the rate at which we are accumulating potions. 3 magical ink, 4 magical ink, 4, and 4. I think that's 40, 40, 30, and 40% chance of generating a potion with each level. We don't want to lose the prestige, so we will take on the dragon. Now, the reason I put the fire mage in this first spot for this particular ancient sewers dungeon is that the fire mage for a while will get rid of any rat that spawns at the start of a battle. Now they're actually hitting our shields, but not hitting our students' health. Still feeling very calm. This is very good. The reputation. This would give us a bottle of glory potion. That would give us some jewelry which we don't need. So we will take this. Under certain circumstances, this could be the most difficult challenge we could possibly face. But we've already gotten rid of one of those in the back, and so those small number of shields generated will not have a major effect. We'll take the -2 prestige points. Let's get the ritual components. Have a lot of potions. Once we get to the hard part of this dungeon, let's clean this place up. Normally I would put down some bark skin here. I'm not used to generating this clean a distribution of cards. I'm used to generating far more bark skin potions than the other potions, and the other potions are a lot more useful, but I did not need them, so I did not use them. We will soon... Okay, here we can use this. We have a lot of these. I could also use a petrify, but I don't think I need it. Wow, I didn't need it. Gosh. This is a very good class with all these different spell skills that can activate. Let's fight the Dark Knights in the light. Might as well use one of these to just get rid of one of those Dark Knights. Notice it took 2 attacks to get rid of the rat. So we are now at another level of danger. Let's see where they're headed. I don't want those. The all-in-one cauldron is very nice. I am not used to seeing that many dragons, and I will increase the armor because each hit from a marsh dragon reduces your armor. Of course, they might not actually get to hit. Let's get the emerald. Let's pretend to be trees. We will petrify the rats. The rat's special ability is that they can attack any rank. Now, any student anywhere in your formation, in theory, if they all ganged up on the same one, they would be incredibly dangerous, but they don't. So we can get 900 gold or some shadow magic. Might as well get the shadow magic. We paralyzed. Get rid of the shields. I also don't usually have this many of the electromagnetic potion cards. For these specters, that's particularly useful because, as you can see, when they hit you, they grow back their shields. Do this again. I might as well get rid of that one. Get rid of the one in front of the fire mage because these two will attack straight. The fire mage will attack kind of randomly, usually the one in front of it, but not always. Celerity is in some ways the most powerful, particularly powerful against boss monsters. So I could cast a Petrify, but if I use the Finger of Death, then only the rat gets to attack the first round, and obviously we will get rid of it. Let's put up a runic wall. Renovations or alchemy wing. Almost always take renovations, but when I have an alchemy curriculum going, as here, and I have already placed a lot of student rooms, I will take that. I'd actually like to take that again. Now, we got the option to open the door because we had that artifact that we had placed earlier, and now we are going to get 5 new Deep Folk cards, which is really one of the best things that can happen. Now, I don't need Inquisition. I could take the Observatory, but it might as well not fight. Take the whole bunch. This is the sort of situation where I might consider playing a celerity spell. If we get hit by this knight more than once, we could lose a student. We only have one phoenix feather. It does look like we will. Nope. Ah, and the time travel activated. Well, that's good. So, I can either get potion cards or a spell book. I will do that. I will activate Petrify. This could be dangerous. Well, less dangerous than I feared. But we are getting to the point where we will start spending potion cards faster than we generate them. The backfinery is extremely useful. Going to get rid of that one and that one. Place that there. I could have used an electromagnetic one, but I felt that I did not need to because it would have only affected one monster. These two cards you will often or sometimes leave the dungeon still holding a few, but the rest I will hope to spend before we leave. So always get rid of the wolf, paralyze the rest of them, and I'll place one bark skin here because we have two monsters facing this one, but only one facing that one. And that extra retaliation from the retribution, which only had a 20% chance of activating. Perfect time to use a celerity on our student who has 5. I think it's that one. 5 paralysis. Yes. So a bunch of 10s there should keep. That one has a chance of a critical hit, and that doesn't. Chant of protection. We now have a second phoenix feather. We have some extra bark skin. We don't need the items. Definitely want to get rid of these as fast as possible. Now all of a sudden we have so many bark skin that we can waste them. That is, we can spend them even if we might not need them. Although, whew, time travel activated, otherwise that student would have been close to death. And there we go. At this point, I will take the scrolls. And I will use a celerity, which I just got from taking the scrolls. One student hit, nobody's shields down, and we're through. Enchanted chests, this gives us a lot of arcane mana, but it also gives us yet another phoenix feather. This is nice. We get the prestige. We had lost some prestige for making a cowardly decision earlier in this dungeon. 32 is quite dangerous. It wouldn't kill any of our students immediately, but it would certainly hurt a lot. take a mechanical owl. Take some more ritual components. We will be in a certain amount of danger because if those two rats attack the same student, which just happened there. Well, I'm glad that we have 2 phoenix feathers because we will need them. Okay, kill the wolf. Put up the bark skin and play the petrified. Very lucky to have paralyzed both of the remaining monsters. And the time travel activated. Of course will help. And 33. That is very close to being insta-kill. Okay, we are going to use our last celerity. I don't think that celerity activated on the first round, but it did activate on the second round. Enchanted Protection gives us another Phoenix Feather. We will actually just kill that one and hope that everything else works. I should have put down a bark skin here. But I guess I didn't need to. Enchanted chests. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that, and we will put down 4 bark skins. We do not have a celerity this time. Probably should have killed a second rat with a card. Whew. But it worked out. We're very near the end of this dungeon. Venerable Troll is a big problem. No pun intended. But we are paralyzing it on every round. Because we don't have a... Well, alright, we'll go one more. I was going to say that because I didn't have a celerity, now I do. I didn't want to advance. I don't need that. I don't need that. That is good. And we will get rid of that. Put that down. And I will not use the celerity. Should get rid of the first cultist. Very good. And now we're going to reach level 101. We're going to have astounding quantities. our rusted key. Get the offerings. We will paralyze. We will use the electromagnetic. We will put the bark skin down for everyone. Notice the rat is significantly less powerful than the other monsters. Luckily, we paralyzed both specters there. We still have one celerity. We will go to 111. We'll fight the Dark Knights in the light. We'll use the Finger of Death. We will use the Petrify. We will use the Bark Skin. And we will use the celerity. And that will be the end of this dungeon. And now this is getting too dangerous. We did not get reputation with the Lord of Evil, but we got pretty much everyone else. We do not need a second of those. Put ritual components here as well. Put Ivy in the stadium because it affects a larger quantity of rooms. Put these crypts down. Aha. Don't need the skulls. Enchantment. Alchemy. Potion. I don't really know where I want to put that. I'll put it here. Another demonic chamber. Summoning forbidden. Improve relationship with the Lord of Evil. Ritual components there. Put that in the teacher's refectory. Don't use the Lunic calendar. Put the harp in the stadium because stadiums have to have music. Now before we do anything else, let's try to generate. Okay. I put that there because I've put all the special beds there. Also, we will be spending all the money and not saving 5,000 because we expect to have another dungeon at some point. Good. Another refectory. That's what I wanted. Private apartments. Very good. We'll put that up here. Keep improving the light room. Relationship with the orcs. Necromancy. And an astounding quantity of arcane mana. If we could put crystal balls in every teacher room, that would be fantastic. The arcane staff that increases learning faster makes this the most desirable school of magic in my opinion, because that is the single best item in the game. mystical eye, we wanted that at the entrance over here. Eventually want chains over there. We have another new deep folk card. I'm not going to use that. Time room. The Elder Seal, of course, keeps the Lord of Evil away. And now that we have 3 of them, they only need either 3 Demonology or 2 Demonology and a Portal Magic. This is also one of the best items we can give our teachers to improve their pedagogical skill. No good place to place that at the moment unless you have some. Yeah, why not? We'll put that there. Another runestone. Put it up there. So now all of the students adjacent to the trophy room, including in this bedroom, will be learning rune magic. We have so many new Old One students, and the old ones repel the Lord of Evil's progress by a percentage equal to the prestige gained from their future. But they take longer to eat because, of course, our school is not competent at feeding people descended partly from humanoids and partly from fish. I think we should, in theory, be able to improve our cafeterias to better serve our students. And so we now have 123 students, which I think is more than we have ever had on this playthrough. And we will save the game, which we didn't remember to do last time, and we will continue next session.